Hi everyone and welcome to My Bastrop. I'm your host Jolene Smith and I run 365 Bastrop, a local guide about fun things to do in Bastrop County. We've got a terrific show for you today. We've got Patricia Rendulic in the house. She's the Executive Director of the Lost Pines Art Center, currently under construction on Chestnut Street. And we're going to take a little trip out to the Texas Reptile Zoo, which is on FM 20, where we just might make a few slithery friends. Plus, we've got a ton, and I mean a ton, of exciting events to tell you about today. First on the agenda is the First Friday Art Walk. That's one of my favorite events. It happens on the first Friday of every month in downtown Bastrop. Many of the stores are open late and feature local artists who get to show their work. They might even have a few snacks and drinks, maybe some live music. It's a whole lot of fun. It's kind of like a pub crawl, but for art. A lot of the local art galleries are involved, including like the Bastrop Fine Arts Guild, the Lost Pines Art Bazaar, Art Connections Gallery, the R.A. Green Mercantile, and so many others. And a lot of the local businesses get involved. For example, this Friday, April 1st, High Cotton and Cripple Creek Wine and Gifts are going to have a Sloppy Joe versus Sloppy Jane throwdown. Now, I don't even know what a Sloppy Jane is, but I know that I want to find out. So come on out to the First Friday Art Walk on Friday, April 1st, 5:30 to 8:30 in downtown Bastrop, and maybe you can join me in figuring that out. Also on Friday, Bastrop Opera House's Executive Director, Chester Eitz, who's been with them for 32 years, will be delighting audiences with his special brand of storytelling at the Visitor Center and Museum of the Bastrop County Historical Society right there on Main Street from 6 to 7:30 p.m. It's going to be so exciting, and I know I definitely want to check it out. Something else I'm excited about is the Bastrop Public Library's annual book and plant sale that they do every year in conjunction with the Lost Pines Garden Club. Come check it out on Friday, April 1st from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Saturday, April 2nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They'll also be having a silent auction and quilt raffle, so you should definitely come out and see what they've got for sale. Now I've got something that all of you parents out there definitely want to hear about. There's a new thing in town called Friday Night Live, and instead of calling it a parents' night out, they call it a kids' night out. But really, it's a parents' night out too. Every Friday night in April, you can take your kids to Friday Night Live at Mena Elementary School from 7 to 10:30 p.m. It's $12 per child and includes a live DJ, a bounce house, concessions, and all sorts of other fun events and activities. For instance, on April 1st, they're going to have wacky relays and bubble wrap stomp. And on April 8th, they're going to have a Star Wars night with laser tag and balloon lightsaber battles. I know that that sounds really fun, and I kind of wish I was going to be there. This weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, April 2nd and 3rd, is the last weekend that you can go to Sherwood Forest Fair this season. So if you haven't been yet, I definitely suggest that you take the family out there and have a lot of fun at the Renaissance. On Saturday, April 2nd, the Bastrop YMCA is going to be hosting a Healthy Kids Day out at Fisherman's Park from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Other organizations out there will include the Bastrop County Sheriff's Office, the Bastrop Police Department, Bikers Against Child Abuse, the Boys and Girls Club, the Children's Advocacy Center, and Mission U2. I think it's going to be a really fun day with lots of food and games, so if you've got any kids that you'd like to get healthy, why don't you head on out there. Coming up on April 2nd, there's a really awesome class at Bastrop State Park called The Basics of Outdoor Photography. It's going to be $150, but I guarantee it's going to be well worth it. It's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and you can register online. Also at Bastrop State Park, on April 2nd, we've got the Discover the Lost Pines guided hike from 10 to 11 a.m. It's a short 1-mile hike. It's easy. You can bring strollers. There's also a Discover the Lost Pines guided hike at Busher State Park on April 2nd from 10 to 11 a.m. So they're happening at the same time. You can decide which park you'd rather go to, whichever one is closer. It's a lot of fun. It's free after the park entry fees. It's a great way to get healthy and have a lot of fun looking at nature. And if you miss it on April 2nd, you can do it again on April 8th because they do it every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. at both parks. Coming up on Sunday, April 3rd, is the Bastrop Fine Art Guild's Artful Afternoon Gala Garden Party. It's this really fun event that really makes you feel like you're celebrating spring. They have an art auction. A lot of the women wear fancy hats and everyone dresses up. It's a whole lot of fun. If you'd like more information, you can visit the Bastrop Fine Arts Guild website or find them on Facebook. Even though it's not in Bastrop, our neighbors to the east in Smithville are celebrating the 59th annual Smithville Jamboree on April 6th through 10th in downtown Smithville and Riverbend Park. They've got live music, including headliner Stoney LaRue on April 9th. They've got a parade, a pet show, a carnival, and of course, a livestock show and sale. On the first Thursday of every month, the folks at the Bastrop Convention Center host the Farm Street Opry. This month it's on April 7th. The doors open at 5:30 and the show starts at 7. Why do the doors open so early, you ask? Well, because you can come in and get some Southside barbecue before the show starts. It's only $7.50 per person for admission, and kids 10 and under are free. This month, you can tap your toes to the classic country vibes of Pat Varley and Tony Booth. So those are a few of the fun local events that are coming up over the next couple of weeks in Bastrop. If you want any more information about local events or fun things to do in Bastrop and Bastrop County, please visit www.365bastrop.com. Now, I'm very excited to introduce our guest today, Patricia Rendulic, the Executive Director of the Lost Pines Art Center. Well, Patricia, I'm so excited to have you with us today.
Nice to be here.
And congratulations on your position as Executive Director at the new Lost Pines Art Center.
Thank you. I'm
so
very excited.
Yes, yay. For those of you who don't know, Patricia and I are neighbors, so I was extremely excited for her. So, first of all, I'd like to ask about the Bastrop Fine Arts Guild's, let's see, it's called the Artful Afternoon Gala Garden Party.
It's the Artful Afternoon Gala and Fine Art Auction. It is this year's the 10th year we've been doing it.
Wow.
So this is really big for us. And it's the last year that we have the event at a historic home in downtown Bastrop.
And so where is it going to be next year?
Next year it's going to be at the new Lost Pines Art Center on Chestnut. It's currently under construction.
Yes, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. So tell me more about the gala. I've always wanted to go. I've seen pictures of everybody wearing the cool hats, very, well, for me, very England.
It is
horse races.
It is a fun event. It's a spring gala. The women are encouraged to wear hats. And it's a silent auction, a live auction, a garden party. We have 20 artists that have donated artwork for the live auction. Spectacular artists. They're wonderful local artists. We also have a donation by an international artist, and Albert Handel. He's a pastel and oil artist. And then we have a donation that was generously given to us by the Deep in the Heart Art Foundry.
Oh, I love them. They do some really cool stuff there.
So we're really excited about that this year.
Yeah. So now tell me a little bit about the Lost Pines Art Center. You're the new executive director. It's under construction on Chestnut Street.
Yes.
So tell us more.
Okay. If you drive down Chestnut Street next to the convention center, you will see the pad. Right now it was poured at 3 o'clock in the morning, end of February, and now it's just, you can watch the transition as it gets the electric and plumbing put in. Pretty soon, in the next several weeks, you're going to start seeing walls put up, and you'll see other buildings that are on there. There's 3 silos, grain silos, and we're converting them to, one is going to be an artist in residence, and the other 3 are going to be working studios. One's going to be glass blowing, one's going to be ceramics, and one is going to be wood and metal.
I love that y'all are using those silos, because I don't know, for anyone who's ever driven down Chestnut Street, those silos are really cool. So I'm excited that y'all are keeping those and using them for a neat purpose like that.
We're excited about that. We also kept a lot of the materials from the previous building, and we're going to be utilizing those in the structure as well.
That's really great. So what everybody, of course, wants to know, when is it scheduled to be complete?
It is in several phases. This is such a large project that we can't have just a short deadline. Approximately July is when the main building is going to be put together, and then different parts of the projects, the sculpture garden, the silos are on different phases.
Right.
That'll have different schedules.
Okay, well, I know I'm excited. One last thing is, what are like some of the future plans for, is it going to be a gallery? I know you said something about artist in residence. So is there going to be a gallery as well? Or tell me a little bit more about what's going to be in the art center.
The art center is going to include a lot of things. It's not just going to be a gallery. There's actually going to be several galleries. There's going to be a members gallery.
Okay.
There's going to be a gallery that we bring in artists maybe nationally. We're going to do traveling shows. There are classrooms to teach various classes, anything that you can imagine art-wise, whether it's painting or drawing or clay or 3D type artwork, as well as mixed media. It's going to be available.
That's so cool.
There's a small shop that we're hoping to be a kind of a cafe. We're going to have a gift shop, and upstairs are offices where artists can rent and actually work.
Okay,
in
so like
those,
studio spaces?
Yeah.
Very
and
good.
actually work in that whole environment. And outside is going to be a sculpture garden, a reflective garden, and
it sounds beautiful. It sounds so cool. I know, I for one think Bastrop has such a thriving art scene. I mean, it's one of the things I brag about. But this art center seems like it's just going to take everything to the next level. I think we're really, really going to love what you're going to do with it.
we think it's going to bring a lot of attention to the region.
Yeah.
And so we're excited about that. And we plan on having the gala along with other fundraisers. Right now, that one is our major fundraiser. And just to add a little bit more to that one, it's April 3rd, which is Sunday. It's 3 to 6:30, and everyone is welcome to attend.
It's open to the public, right?
Yeah, it does have an admission, and it's limited admission. So if you want to come to it,
Buy tickets now.
there's not actually tickets, but there's admission, and you would contact our treasurer. Her name's Jeanette, and it's 512-576-1100, and reserve your spot.
Okay.
And it's going to be exciting. You have to go.
Are you
and
gonna
bring
wear,
your hat.
Are you going to wear a hat? I'm very excited about the hats.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being with us, Patricia. And have a great time at the gala. Hopefully I'll see you there.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank Patricia for coming on the show. We can't wait for the garden party, and we're really excited about the Lost Pines Art Center. Now we're going to take a trip to the Texas Reptile Zoo, where we're probably going to interview a few of the reptiles, and hopefully I won't get bitten. We are out here at Texas Reptile Zoo with owner Tim Keglarkin, and we are going to get to talk about all of the cool reptiles that we've got here. So Tim, thanks for coming on the show. We're excited to have you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, this is my first time out here, so I'm really excited.
There's lots of exciting things here.
Yes, so what made you decide to open up a reptile zoo?
Well, it's a culmination of a few things. I've always been had a love for reptiles, and in 1997, my thesis project in architecture was a reptile exhibition and research center, and it kind of just stuck with me the whole time. And in 2011, decided to search for property and go for it.
And so, what made you come to Bastrop?
What's not to like about Bastrop?
Agreed.
Obviously, love to visit here when we weren't living here. Great people, great outdoor activities. You got the lake, you got the river, you got the parks. Really strong community.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
As well.
So tell me about the reptiles. How many different types of reptiles do you have here?
We have 60 species, over 130 animals.
Wow. You've got what? Snakes, lizards?
Yep, snakes,
what
lizards. We have some crocodilians.
Okay.
So we have venomous snakes as well. We do offer a very realistic experience here, actually in their environment, and the animals are in a simulated environment, so you really get an up-close and personal experience with them.
Yeah, it's a little warm and humid in here. We're in the, what was it called, the Serpentarium. So that's to keep them in an environment that they're used to, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we monitor the temperature and humidity all the time.
Very cool. Well, let's see a little bit more.
All right.
So we're now here in one of the herpetariums. And what is a herpetarium?
Herpetarium is typically it's a reptile building, but this is sort of a living vivarium with reptiles in it, so we just call it a herpetarium.
All right. And so behind us we have a water monitor, Lucky.
Yep, that's Lucky, our big water monitor from Southeast Asia, and they have a pretty big range. So tell me, do you have any favorites? If I say who my favorite is, I might get in trouble. They can hear me.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. So tell me, do you have any like classes or educational things that you do?
We love school groups. We've had quite a few homeschool groups come out. We've done elementary schools. The kids love it. We have a great time. We mix in education with some feeding demonstrations.
Oh yeah, I heard you said you do some feeding demonstrations.
We do, and they're a must-see. If you're here, please catch one of those.
All right,
Quite
and
exciting.
Typically, what do they eat? What do you feed most of them?
Well, we have a lot of meat-eating lizards.
Carnivores.
Yep, and we have herbivores, reptiles as well. So we do a mix.
Okay. So tell me about the average trip out here. Like if a family comes and they want to see the place, how long does it take? What's it going to be like for them?
Sure, I'll just, we'll kind of walk you through. When you walk right in, we have the Serpentarium. After that, you walk into Herpetarium 1, which is where we are now.
Okay.
After this, you go in Herpetarium 2, which is our arid zone,
okay,
where we have some desert species.
All right, so not so humid.
Right. Still hot, but drier.
Yes.
And then you go outside, we've got a mix of turtles and some other lizards, some crocodilians, tortoises. We have a new exhibit this year called Tortoise Town.
Oh, fun.
And so the average tour, takes about an hour.
Okay.
Depending on if there's feeding going on, which is usually the top of every hour on the weekends. And so that'll take more time, and then we encourage people to walk through as many times as they want in case they didn't see something that they didn't see before, because the lizards, they're in a natural environment, so sometimes
you might miss one. They're hiding.
Yeah, exactly.
I noticed that most of them are actually pretty active. So is that normal, or are there times where they're a little less?
Like we simulate the environment, so the reptiles are behaving just like they would out in the wild.
Very cool. One of my last questions would be, so do you do like birthday parties or anything like that out here?
Oh, great question. We're building a birthday pavilion right now. Should be done in 2 weeks. Please contact us via email or Facebook message and get you booked for a party. It's great fun. Kids will love it.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds like a lot of fun. Last thing before we finish up here is, tell me about your hours during the spring.
Sure.
And maybe your prices for getting in.
Sure. Well, right now we're open on the weekends to the public. We do school groups and other events during the week.
Okay.
We have adult admission at $12.50, child's at $8.50.
Very cool. All right, well, Tim, thank you so much for having us out here. This is really, really cool. I'm excited that we have a reptile zoo in Bastrop.
Oh, well, it's great to have you here. We appreciate it, and we appreciate everybody coming out. Just check out our website, texasreptilezoo.com, for more information.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.